Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Mayo movie chat. And I'm here with my friend Tim Allen. Hey, Tim.
Hey Joe. Hi everybody.
If he's on a little delay, don't worry about it. Just sometimes what happens with the computers. And we were supposed to be joined by Tom Hunyadi, but he's not here. I don't know if he's going to join us midway through this thing or if there was some problem or something that I'm not aware of. But don't forget, Tim Allen has the Snap, Crackle, and Pop Vinyl Hour podcast, right?
Yep, that's on Podomatic.com.
I got to remember that too, at Podomatic.com. And he just did his 400 show, or did you do more now since
I
then?
yeah, I did my 400 show, and I'm late this week putting up my 401st.
And as I
Maybe
always
later.
say, excuse the hand. Whenever I'm working from my phone, whenever I do that, I got to tap on. I don't have a mouse here like a keyboard. I had something, so. Okay, the first question here, Rick says, what happened to Dial M for Mayo? That's the channel name that I loved, that I was so happy with. I loved that name and I used it. And then I thought to myself, a lot of people who know movies like Hitchcock and the old classics will get the joke, but a lot of people may not. So I figured I'm better off just having movies in the title. So I went movies with mayo. That means movies with me or movies with mayonnaise on them, spread on them. It can go like any way, I guess. So there you go. Hello, Lee. Hello, Henry. Woodland. Hello. James. Gracia. Ali Perry and Edward. What's going on? Yeah, so this is a movie discussion or TV, anything in the media, entertainment and media. Entertainment with for visual, not music. That's my long-winded way of saying it. So I'm just waiting for people to. So Tim, have you watched anything else lately, or since last time, or no?
I'm always watching. I watched the movie an hour ago.
Oh, you did.
I'm always watching movies.
Well, what was
I
that
watched
movie?
I watched I watched the John Ford comedy, which John Ford didn't do that many comedies. Called When Willie Comes Marching Home. It's a kind of a World War II movie. It was made in 1950, but it's a World War II movie, and it was actually very funny and very good and typical 1950 comedy. But it was funny. You feel sorry for poor Willie. Willie has a rough time, and not in usual ways. It was a good script.
Poor guy. Well, I've said before, when I come up here where I am now, this classroom, I'm accompanying my girlfriend to a side job that she does, and she does that on Tuesday nights a lot. And I have to drive about an hour away to get here. It's an hour drive. But the reason I'm mentioning this again is because there's a movie I've been talking about, a crazy, stupid titled movie that I want to see. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And it's a horror film about Winnie the Pooh going nuts. And the thing is, they're only playing it out close to this area, like 5 minutes away or 10 minutes away from here. So now that I'm up here, the idea is they're playing it. They only show it like a 7 o'clock and a 10 o'clock. We'd be just in time to see it here because we're here anyway. But my girlfriend doesn't like those kind of movies, so like we can't just like stop in and see it, or she'll have nightmares. She says. So, what's this about here? No, I was going to say, why is Lee talking about Paul here? And that he usually talks about movies over at the other channel. But I think it Stones at Hyde Park. So,
I don't know.
This
No, I
chat
don't
is
know.
not a free for all. This is a chat about movies on this channel here. Woodland, that's what this is. And it's to be serious, and we'll have some fun too. And it's to stay up, hopefully, if things go well. So, Yeah. What about this one here about Cocaine Bear, which I keep hearing about? Who's going to see that? I'm not.
I haven't heard. I have no idea what that even is. I have no idea
I
what that
think
is.
it's something about a bear that sniffs cocaine and goes crazy. Another horror movie thing, maybe. I think something like that.
Oh, it doesn't sound like it would be anything up my alley. I'm
Yeah.
I'm a classic movie guy. I mean, new movies and me don't get along very well.
Yeah, me either. But I'm going to start to watch a few more, here and there. Like old movies. That I specialize in old movies, but lately, especially in the horror genre, there's some ones coming out that I'm kind of interested in. I don't think I've ever seen The Dentist, but I know about it, the horror version of The Dentist, not to be confused with W.C. Fields
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah. See that movie, I know. um, but yeah, I mean, I've never seen movies in theaters anymore, but I see fairly recent movies sometimes. Like if it's a movie that looks like it might be a future classic or something, I'll see it. Things like The King's Speech, I've seen and things like that. I know that's not very recent, but it's for me it's recent.
I have seen Match Point. Have you seen Match Point, Tim?
No, and it's a movie I own. I do own it, but no,
It's a
I had
Woody
never
Allen
gotten
movie.
around to that one.
It's a Woody Allen movie. He's not in the movie. It's a
Mm,
serious movie and it's very good. I saw it the first time, really liked it a lot. Saw it a second time, show my girlfriend who hates Woody Allen, but I told her this is not a Woody Allen movie. It's not like
yeah.
that. And I didn't like it. I still liked it, but I wasn't as knocked out the second time by it. But I do own it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I am a Woody Allen fan, despite, you know, you're not supposed to be, but I am.
What other character from Planet of the Apes would I love to see get their own movie? I don't know about their own movie, but I wouldn't mind Zero and Cornelius having a sitcom, maybe something like that. Ah, there you go, Sir James. How you doing? Yeah, sorry. I know we were supposed to do a regular hangout on Tuesday, but I think Tuesday nights may change to movie chats. I think. Uh, but anyway, he says I saw the trailer for the Bear movie. Are you talking about the Cocaine Bear movie or the Winnie the Pooh? I mean, the trailers are not anything. I mean, Winnie the Pooh is going to be crap. I know that, but I want to see the crappy movie anyway. You ever see The Prisoner? I'm sorry about my fingers.
No, I've never seen The Prisoner. I'd like to,
I think
but
Jonathan Harris, aka Dr. Zachary Smith from Lost in Space, is in that, and that would be the only draw for me to see it. I've
I mean,
heard. Sorry, because of the timing is off. Go ahead.
yeah, no, just because I'd like to see it, but I mean, that kind of thing is kind of hard to see these days.
Henry, I would agree with you that the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of the best horror movies of all time, for sure. And I never saw the remake. I don't think I almost. I had a chance to get it on Blu-ray. I think just to watch it. See, the Blu-ray I've been buying lately. I've been buying a lot of used Blu-rays. Blu-rays are being discarded all over the place. People are selling them. And I know this store that gets in like dozens, hundreds sometimes of them. And most of them are newer movies, but they're $4 straight. You just charge no tax. You just adds them up $4 a pop, which I guess is good. The way I look at it is, in some cases, it could be like the price of a rental. I know now you can stream and rent a movie. Watch a movie free. But I'm talking about the days when you had Blockbuster. It's like a rental. So I so I look at it that way. Now I got the Maltese Falcon on Blu-ray, which I tried to watch once, couldn't follow it.
Oh, I
So I
love
want
it.
to. Yeah, it's classic, of course. You know. And I did get a lot of the Batman movies. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. There's another Dark Knight. There's the new one called, I think it's just called The Batman, the newest one. So I got a lot of those. Inception. I don't think so.
I haven't either. I've heard it's really good. I think I own it, but I have not gotten to that one yet either. My problem with getting the movies is I keep setting goals at the beginning of every year, so I'm stuck watching certain kinds of movies till I meet my goal.
Hey, Gray 1951, Mike, good to see you here. How do you feel about the sequel to The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga? I haven't even seen the first Joker. And I don't know if you know this, Mike, but the reason I didn't see it was because I saw one scene that was too politically correct. It was a scene on a subway train late at night with the guy who became the Joker, and he gets attacked and beaten up, I guess, by thugs, and those thugs are businessmen in suits with briefcases, which is like it don't happen that way usually, you know. So I'm like, I ain't gonna see this kind of stuff. So what about you, Tim? Have you seen it?
I have no interest in any comic book movie. I'm not a comic book guy, never have been. I'm not a superhero guy.
Oh, I see.
I mean, so it's just not my thing. John Ford's the whole town's talking.
I saw that. Uh, a guy a long time ago, a guy I worked with let me borrow a VHS tape of it. I remember liking it, but it was a long time, 20 something years ago.
Yeah. That I haven't seen, but I'm interested in it very much. I love John Ford.
Mike hated Inception. By the way, Mike, remember this and just let me know. I know you're a little shy about this, but if you ever want to come up, I'd love to have you here. Pick a topic you like, old movies, whatever you want. Maybe we'll just do a show on old movies. By the way, that reminds me, my new friend Darren, his name's Darren Franz. You might have noticed I just did a really cool chat with him about monster movies and things. And he liked it so much, and I was hoping he'd want to come on again. And he said, "Oh, he would love to do another one." And he suggested, "How about this weekend? Or how about next weekend?" I said, "Wow, you know." So we're going to do. I'm going to be mentioning this in between this chat. Darren Franz and I are going to be meeting again to do a second show, and it's going to be like this one. You're going to be able to participate. It's going to be a Q&A. Me and Darren Franz, we're going to do this. I got all my show. I got a lot of shows, so I get them mixed up. So the show with Darren is going to be this coming Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern, live like this with Darren. So check that out, please. I don't know that. I'm a little puzzled, Lee, and I don't mean that. I'm just busting your chops here, but a lot of times when I'm with on the Beatles channel, you ask movie questions. And I keep thinking, why? And now we're here and you're asking Beatles related questions. Granted, I should say that I know you're talking about a documentary. It's cool, but I'm just wondering. That's a good question. What's the longest movie that I've seen? Wow. I, I, I don't know the exact times, Ben Hur is one of my favorite movies, the Charlton Heston one, and that's like over 4 hours, but doesn't feel like it to me because I love it so much. But I wonder
Yeah, I don't know.
how long is
I've
Gone with
seen,
the Wind? Gone with the Wind felt like an eternity.
yeah, I don't think it's that long. I think it just feels like it's that
Yeah,
long.
yeah, yeah, I don't think so, but it could be Ben Hur, but I don't know.
Probably Ben Hur. For me, uh, Schindler's List was pretty long, and Lawrence of Arabia is pretty long. But there might be longer ones. I don't, I don't normally keep track of how long a film is. Am I done with film noir? No, I'm trying to watch 100 in a year, and I'm already up to like 78. So, and it's only February, so it shouldn't take me too much longer to be done with film noir, and then I'll go watch. But it's not just film noir; it's black and white. It's just mostly film noir. I try to watch a movie a day, sometimes more than that. So I have a lot of movies I haven't seen. Yeah, but I watch a lot of movies. I don't watch television. I don't watch, so I watch as many movies as I can.
The same as me.
And yeah,
I need
I love
I
the
need to
Twilight
watch.
Zone.
Excuse me. I own a bunch too. I haven't watched. Tim, you got to say
Um,
yes to this.
oh yeah, I love the Twilight Zone, and I have the whole series that they did, and I have a slight problem with it. It's a great series. I got it really cheap, and all 5 seasons or whatever. But the thing is, when they were individually packaged, there were lots of special features that they took out of the 5 season edition, which kind of is too bad because I like the commentaries and things that they have on the individual sets. Why take a commentary off of a new release? It doesn't take up any space on the disc. You know what I mean? So I don't. But anyway, they did, and that's my beef with it. But I love the Twilight Zone. It's one of my favorite shows.
And with that, Tom Hunyadi has joined us. What's going on, Tom?
I thought you said 9 p.m. Eastern earlier today.
Did I?
Yeah,
I don't think I did.
that's okay.
That's why I thought you'd never. That's why I was surprised you could make it.
Yeah. Well,
Take a
because
look.
my wife is she does chorus on Tuesday nights too. So
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's why it's like when I said 7:15, I thought he's not gonna may not be able to make it.
yeah.
You
No
know.
biggie.
So
What's going on?
well, we only been there 15 minutes,
Hey Tim, good to see you, buddy.
and join us for this question. What are your rarest DVDs? Anybody?
I've got a set that's I mean, if it's rare, it's out of print. I mean, to me, that's all that means.
Yeah.
You just can't get it anymore. I have Brian De Palma, Robert De Niro, Blu-ray from Arrow. That's out of print. That goes for some good money. But I really don't pay attention to that when it comes to the Blu-rays. Now the 45s and the music, yeah, the records.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say maybe Jeff's not gonna say like like I said, collecting them because they're rare. But what do they have? Which ones have to happen to be rare?
Right.
I have one. I did a review on a comedy from 74 called Law and Disorder. That's out of print with Carol O'Connor and Ernest Borgnine.
Right.
And that's it for that. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was saying before, Tom, how I've been picking up a lot of this Blu-ray. I'm into buying Blu-rays now, and I've bought a bunch of them for $4 a pop used. And one of them was Heat.
Oh, great.
Which I've never seen. So.
Great movie. Great. I did pick up Biloxi Blues on Blu-ray.
Oh man, I don't know anything about it, but when I see that picture you posted, I'm like,
yeah. Been on a big Christopher Walken kick lately, so he's in that. So I think he does a pretty good role in that.
I definitely would not see Jaws, the remake of Jaws, on principle. I wouldn't. I do that with some movies. I wouldn't even try it out. I think it's pathetic. I mean, a shark movie. You want to make another big shark movie, kind of. Don't call it Jaws. Don't use the same characters. All right, they've done that already, though. I think it's disgusting.
I wouldn't have any interest in watching a Jaws remake.
No, me neither. I wanted to talk really quick. I wanted to answer the rarest. I don't know if this thing is rare, but it's cool. I have a DVD of the Ramones Rock and Roll High School, and it's an IMAX version.
Oh, okay.
So it's really odd. There's no chapters or anything in it. It just plays. There's tons of special features and stuff, but it just plays. It's a really weird setup for a movie. It's almost like a laser disc. You just put it in and it plays. I don't even think there was a menu.
Yeah, Warner Brothers seems to have a bunch of those where you just pop in the movie and it starts playing.
Well, a lot of those are coming into, like, MGM's got a lot of those now. And that's what like if you buy an MGM movie at the dollar store. I kind of like that, actually. I mean, it's to me, it's way better than sitting through 10 minutes of commercials before the movie comes on. You just put it on, and there you go.
Right.
Oh, I hate that more than anything.
That's a
When you
good
gotta
thing.
like,
I like it.
usually you gotta press the title button to get rid of some of those ads. You know what I mean? When it has ad, you gotta hit. I think it's called the title button. Hit 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that. Yeah, well, I'd rather have it start right up than that. But I mean, I always say sometimes I put the thing in. I'm trying to get comfortable, getting ready, and things start. I'm like, whoa, let me sit back and you know. But the reason that Rome loves Dan is writing Bravo, Mayo, and Darren too. I don't know if you heard Tom and anybody that might just be joining, but we had such a success with our last horror show. I was planning on it being more than one. I was hoping he was going to be a recurring uh, guest or co-host with me, and I'm so happy he had so much fun that Darren asked me, well, let's do another one. How's this weekend or next weekend? Like, wow. I didn't think he would. I was like, I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push it.
Right.
He wound up suggesting it. So we're doing it one more time at this Saturday live. It'll be live like this. You can ask questions like this with Darren and myself. And it could be about anything. He likes a lot of kind of movies, but horror is good.
Yeah, great. Good to hear.
Yeah, and that's 5 p.m. Eastern, right before my George Harrison live show that I'm going to be doing on another channel.
Oh man, you're a busy boy. Keep him busy.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, isn't it? Come on, Tom. You know what it's like. Wow. Oh, this is totally out of place, but boy,
I'm not answering that question.
You know what it's about?
Yeah. You're gonna ask me about the Paul McCartney and the Stones, and I'm not gonna ask it.
That's not even what I was going to mention.
Okay.
But just tell me this: have they said it's a rumor? It's not true yet. I put the video up. I haven't checked.
No, I mean I just read the article and that's it.
Yeah. Well.
No.
Yeah. What I was going to say was that you're such a man. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Get it? Oh man.
Oh man.
That was my show I listened to during my morning walk today. The man. This is the man.
Oh, I still love that soundbite from Paul.
Yeah.
Rum punch, whiskey, nicotine, and glue.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yes, sorry, Anthony. I am not a comic book guy. Never have been. I've owned like 2 comic books my whole life.
Let's see here. Jeff asked what was the longest. 1900 for me. Yeah, I own that Blu-ray of 1900, and 5 hours. Yeah, that's probably the longest.
It's a 5 hour. It's just a movie.
Yeah. It goes on and on and. Yeah. I guess there is a Beatles film called The Guru. No, I haven't seen that one.
No. I have not seen The Whale. I actually was interested in that because it looked like Brendan Fraser put a lot into that role. And then I heard from some sources that the movie's just I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Fableman's I almost bought yesterday. I do want to see that. I do want to see Banshees, and we almost went to the theater to see Babylon, but we ended up passing on that. But yeah, all 4 of these movies I do want to see. Just depends on when I get to them. But the ones that I have seen that are nominated for awards are Tar with Cate Blanchett, which was absolutely amazing. Tour de force of acting from Cate Blanchett, and Everything Everywhere All at Once I thought was absolutely terrific.
Oh, I need to see that. That's the one current-ish movie that I need to see.
Yeah, it's if you think there's no original movies today, watch that one and you'll have hope that there's.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Plus it's got Michelle Yeoh in it, so I'm there just on that.
So, top 5 comedians.
Stand up or movie comedians? What is it?
I don't know. Movie, I guess. I don't know.
Let's see here. Well, Bill Murray, I think is great. I think, geez, man, I don't watch a lot of comedies.
Well, we'll just throw them in. I'm going back. Laurel and Hardy.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I mean, if you
I
want to go
guess
that route.
I guess that's what they're thinking. I mean, I don't know. Abbott and Costello, Three Stooges. Then I go up to. I'll say Steve Martin, even though I haven't seen The Jerk.
Oh, yeah.
No, Rick, I have never seen The Warlord. See, that's another. I was just looking. I ordered some more Blu-rays off Amazon yesterday, and The Warlord was up there, and I'm like, yeah. It's like I'm a big Heston fan, yet there's certain topics I stay away from. I don't seem like I'm interested in something like The Warlord or Major Dundee or LC or a lot of these things, which I really have to see them.
How
Um,
how how long are you going to be on, Joe?
Probably till around 9:15, another hour, an hour and a
Okay.
half.
Okay, I need about 20 minutes. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa. Let's see. A lot of comments here, but I'm kind of like just skipping the comments.
Yeah.
Oh. When was the last time you played a VHS?
Oh, it's been more than 10 years. For a little while, I've got a program to put before there was all this great internet stuff to put VHS on DVD. So I played some then, but that was a long time ago.
I mean,
Not
I
since
can't
then.
remember. I can't remember how long it's been. I mean, I have a player. It's a long story. I have a player under the bed in the box that may still work, but I can't remember what the last one, how long it's been. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
No, Tom's not
Well,
here. But I think I meant Tim. That's why I put it up there. He's asking Tom something.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't think it's number one. No way.
what number one? Oh, that movie,
Top
Short
20, maybe.
Never seen it. I've never seen Crime Wave either.
No, I haven't seen that.
Tom's not here right now. I don't know if you got to refresh. Got to save it for when Tom comes back. He'll be back in about 20 minutes. That's a good question. Any movies you would want to have a remake of? Movies that were generally originally not that great, need an update? Trying to think. I have a movie that comes to mind, but you may be surprised at my answer. Yeah, The Hulk. I want a Hulk movie that's the way I remember it in the 60s and 70s. The problem is it's not the 60s and 70s anymore. So I want a Hulk movie that shows you the Hulk. I know they got him. I know they have whatever Dr. Banner or whatever they call him, the Hulk now, Russo, whatever they call him. I realized that Dr. Hulk or something like that. But I want it the way it was when he talks. Hulk talked like caveman. Nobody cared about Hulk. Hulk didn't want to be alone. Nobody, and the poor guy you feel sorry for like that. He only goes crazy when he's mistreated. And he had a girlfriend. You can introduce his girlfriend from another planet. You can make somewhere. In some movies, he turns gray and he becomes Joe Fixit, who's like a mafioso Hulk. There's so many things you can do with the Hulk other than just going. But they seem to want to do that all the time. You know. I wish I could think of I'm thinking of like an old movie. Yeah, everybody, pay attention to this. Get those views up. Get those views up. Yeah, yeah. Although it's going to be just a chat like this, I don't know, we talk about almost anything. We'll see how it goes. I kind of want to do horror, but anyway. Okay. Oh boy. What is it? What is this guy, LUC, Luca, whatever, talking about? Give him a few more chances. Oh, Allison Hayes or Yvette Vickers? Allison Hayes all the way. Although Yvette Vickers is a real sex freak. I like Allison Hayes looks better on her body and everything, but I like the attitude of Yvette Vickers. Allison Hayes with the brain of Yvette Vickers. What does that sound?
I don't even know who they are.
Oh. Comedies. There's so many of them. Night Shifts from '82. Yeah, Sons of the Desert with Laurel and Hardy. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Duck Soup with the Marx Brothers. My Cousin Vinny. It's a mad, 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 mad world. What do you got, Tim? You don't like comedies?
Uh, I like comedies from the 30s. I mean, I think those are some of the funniest, things like His Girl Friday is fantastic. What else is great? Believe it or not, Jerry Lewis, the bellboy. People hate Jerry Lewis, but watch Jerry Lewis as the bellboy. Fantastically funny.
I'll take him in The King of Comedy, which is one of my favorite comedy/dramas. I've never seen all that jazz with Roy Scheider, but I should.
I need to rewatch that at some point in my life. I've seen it, and I didn't like it at the time, but it was, early 80s when I saw it probably, and it wouldn't have interested me then. Now I might have a better interest in it.
I remember some of those Marvel I'm getting off today again. Marvel Comics cartoons. I just don't remember different superhero every day.
I don't either. Maybe after my time. I remember Mike Douglas after school. Best twist.
I got one.
No.
While you're thinking of it, maybe. You got one?
I mean, this is going to be such a common answer, and once you've seen it, it's done. But I mean, The Sixth Sense had a fantastic twist at the end. That's one of the best. That's the one that comes to mind, but it's a very common answer.
I'll tell you a movie I love that has a lot of twists in it. It's 1982's Death Trap, and the whole thing is twists. And I got to tell you, I have a great memory of that movie. Seeing Death Trap one time. A girl I was dating at the time and I didn't have my own car at the time. We were walking, and it was nighttime. It was a beautiful night, and we went to the local multiplex, and it said sneak preview tonight at 8:00. It said Michael Caine, Christopher Reeve. I had no idea, no title, no plot, no nothing. So I went to see it. It was Death Trap. I mean, it was like one of the best experiences that I've ever had, ever going to a movie that stands out in my mind, because I didn't know what it was. It turned out to be kind of not so much a whodunit, but what you think is going to happen doesn't happen, or what you think is real wasn't. It was really good.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. I've seen parts of it.
Death Trap? What, Death Trap?
Oh, of course. Yeah, Death Trap. I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. I've never owned it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen had the movie Head. I always say the movie Head. I'm always careful. Yes, I've seen the movie Head, and I actually like it. It's crazy, but I haven't seen it in ages. And I don't know if you can just get it so easily these days. Talking about a rare DVD, but it's part of the Monkey's Box music set, isn't it? TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they included it. I love Head. I love Jack
The movie.
Nicholson. I
You
think
love the
did an
movie.
awesome job on the script of that. Jack Nicholson wrote that movie, and I love how it's circular, how it ends just as it begins. I mean, you could edit it in a loop and just never know. I mean, you come in at any time because it's just that kind of movie. That
I occasionally I'll watch something on Turner Classic. I'm always like glancing to see what's on, but I've seldom watched something. But I do now and then, I guess. Uh, what pisses me off about that, I think we talked about this, is, and to me, I still think this is a relatively new phenomenon. I didn't notice it years ago. If you skim around on TCM, you will see they have like it'll say like Casablanca 2013, or it'll say something 1998, or say like Shane 1998. I'm like, why is it doing this? I don't understand that. Somebody had I don't know if it was Tim. Somebody had a reasoning for that, and I think it's a trick to get young people interested in trying to watch it. But annoying.
maybe that's the version that they're showing. I don't know, but I noticed a lot of, like, I watch movies on Tubi sometimes, and the dates on Tubi for movies are almost 100% wrong every single time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. For me, yes, I own the original Scarface, and I've seen it. I love the Pacino movie. That's another great experience I had. Al Pacino's Scarface was a movie that I saw in the theaters the first time in '83 when it came out, and I absolutely loved it. And because I loved it, and also because Boris Karloff, I'm a big Boris Karloff fan, is in the original Scarface with Paul Muni. I went to see it. I don't like it as much as the Pacino one. I mean, I'm a guy that likes old movies better, right? Not so much modernized remakes, but I do like the new Scarface better than 1932 Scarface. Yeah, this is true. Yvette Vickers died in her apartment. Wasn't discovered for a year. She's completely mummified. Yes, indeed. And it's a very sad story. And I got to meet her at one of the conventions. And I got a photo with her and an autograph. Too bad. It's a horrible story.
Wow.
There's a lot of good comments.
I think she didn't have a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, Bogart.
Out of those three, that's
Bogart for me.
Jeff and Tim, though, we can't answer.
That's right. Sorry.
Sorry.
I would have give you my opinion, but
yeah.
It was just for Tim.
Yep. What movie are you talking about? See, now you say the girl was hot. What movie are we talking about? Sure, the movie. The girl was hot, right? What are we talking? What movie are we talking? We're talking about Scarface, too skinny. But so was Michelle Pfeiffer, too skinny. But I'll take Michelle Pfeiffer easy.
Yeah, Henry and Jeff, I love A Clockwork Orange as well. I was 10 years old the first time I saw it. Shouldn't have seen it, but I was unsupervised at the time, and it was on, so I had watched it, and I didn't. I would, for the next 8 years, I was like in my mind, like, what did I just see, and will I ever see it again?
This question is not for you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for a long time. It's on my list. I need to see it again.
I love it. I saw
I
it
just
before.
remember it being brutal. That's what
Yeah.
I remember most
It
about
It's not
it.
is.
so
It's
brutal.
brutal.
By these days, I don't think it's brutal.
It's anytime any rape scene is brutal, no matter what
Wait a minute.
decade.
There wasn't. All right,
Yeah,
I forgot.
it's brutal in today's standards as well.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but I've seen a lot worse than that. Even ever see Death Wish?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know. But anyway, I saw Clockwork Orange. Loved it the first time. Saw it again with my nephew. I was like, still all right. But sometimes the movies, the first time they hit you harder, and then they don't. And other movies don't hit you so hard the first time, but you like them better second time.
James says they're remaking the Pacino version of Scarface. I forgot who's in it. Well, hopefully this time they use a real Cuban.
No, he does a fantastic job.
Hopefully they use a real Cuban this time, and
No, that's all right. Robert De Niro couldn't do
not
that.
De Niro would have knocked it out of the park. De Niro
No,
went to Cuba and learned the correct dialect.
That's not how you do it. It's called
The
acting.
world is
Olivier said.
the world is woke now. It'll be a woman. A woman would be the lead role of Scarface. It'll be a black woman in
I know,
Scarface because
I think he pulled it off. I mean, there's some in the Pacino Scarface. There's some, especially by today's standards, some really outlandish, silly.
Oh yeah, that shower scene with the chainsaw was.
No, that's fantastic. But I mean, outlandish. It's the wrong way. I mean, silly scenes. Like stupid.
Oh yeah, the pile of cocaine on his desk, and he just keeps putting putting his face in it and snorting it.
I never saw it either.
Yeah, I passed on that one.
No, I haven't seen it either. I'm thinking I own it, but I've never seen it.
I haven't seen enough movies of.
She could be. She could be a good actress.
I have seen, and I would say Marilyn was a very good actress. I would agree that she actually was.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some like it.
Films.
Yeah, no.
I've
But
seen
some of
most of her films.
I mean, The Misfits for one, I think she was really good in.
Oh yeah.
But it helps having Clark Gable and Montgomery Clift in there too.
Yeah. I wish at the time they would have finished their last film where she died, where they would have just got another actress and tried to double her, and because that was looking like it was going to be a good film.
Right.
And there's at least 45 minutes of it that's good, so you could
Yeah. Yeah, this Timothy, that's how you pronounce it. I just watched the first Dune, first part one of the new Dune that came out a couple years ago. I thought he was great in it, so looking forward to part two.
There's a lot of movies like this. Well, I know just movies they're trying to ban. Psycho, Dress to Kill, the Michael Caine, the Palmer one, Dress to Kill. There's a lot of them, but geez, who could? You can't. Don't you hate when you can't think of them at right on the spur of the moment? There are plenty of them that you can't, just wouldn't work.
I just say who cares to that question. I'm sorry, but when you're trying to ban Psycho, but you can have killer clowns running around, and that's fine. I don't understand the way people think today.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
I think we're all caught up.
That would suck if Jack had dementia.
Oh.
No, Jeff, I don't think people are trying to ban Psycho. I think people are just people can't help to talk about certain things that are going on in the world today.
Well, there's the question. You were gone. You're asking questions while you're gone. I'm like, Jesus.
Well, I'm not surprised. Shawshank is a fantastic film that bombed at the box office, but ever since it was on cable, it's become a classic. I am not surprised at all. I mean, it's a wonderful film. I think anybody can watch that film and love it. I mean, you know.
Yes, I did see the TV. It's funny, when I was a kid, the Dracula, that's TV film made for TV, Jack Palance, it was going to be shown, and when I was like 11, it was preempted by, I think now it was the Nixon resignation speech or something. They preempted it. Anyway, I really like it. I hate the Coppola one. Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, not Bram Stoker's. Because they make him too much of a hero and it's too much of a love story. But in this one, the Jack Palance one, they do have that element that in his past life, there's flashbacks when he was in love. But he's still a fearsome, villainous, must kill this guy monster, too. They got it both in. So I like it for that. Oh, jeez, I just knocked at something here. Tom is an indie fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. The new trailer looks fine. You know, I'm going to go see it. I've only watched the trailer once, but yeah, I'm definitely going to go see the new movie, and hopefully it's good. That's all we can ask. Really, is all we can ask is if the movie be good.
Well, what's he doing in the movie? What's he?
He's
doing?
Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford.
What does Indiana Jones do at that age? What's he doing? Like,
it's another adventure film. I
still
mean,
running around.
yeah, they use the. It looked like they're using the de-aging technique on him in this film.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Henry asks, why do you hate Jim Carrey? Now, the thing I'm asking, I never said. If I said I hate him, that's a strong word. I don't like him personally because he hates Charlton Heston, and he made a stupid, boneheaded, freaking video just because Charlton Heston with the whole NRA thing. You know, whatever your thoughts about guns are, I don't care either way. The bottom line is, I like the guy's movies, and he made this stupid kind of one thing that stuck out in the Jim Carrey video. I remember is him like prancing about going, and Charlton Heston movies are no longer in demand. And I remember thinking, well, really? I said movies like Touch of Evil, Planet of the Apes, The Ten Commandments, Ben-Hur, at least those will live forever. What the hell did you do? Ace Ventura. I'll tell you something though. I did like The Mask. Jim Carrey. I like that very much, but.
I mean, Truman Show was ahead of its time.
Yeah, I like the Truman Show.
Yeah,
I had that idea as a child, by the way.
Man on the Moon was good, and that's about it for me and Jim Carrey is those two.
Yeah. I used to walk around as a kid, if this is what it's about, isn't it? I used to walk around as a kid thinking, what if like my whole life, constantly everything I'm doing is on TV? Like that, like I'm constantly being watched 24 hours a day. I thought of it. He stole the idea from me as a 10-year-old. Well, I don't think you're alone in that, Henry, but I like The Godfather better, actually. But most people agree with him, I think. No?
Listen, if I was going to a desert island and I had to choose between the two, as much as I am a De Niro fanatic, I think I'd still take The Godfather.
I remember the others being pretty good.
The others I liked. The others is not bad.
Yeah, is that Nicole Kidman?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had the DVD of it. My ex-wife borrowed it to show to somebody, and I never saw it again.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, but people compare it to The Sixth Sense, and I don't think it was as good as The Sixth Sense. Because I knew before it was revealed, I'd figured out that those people were dead. I mean, I'd figured that out,
Yeah, that's another thing these days. You can figure this shit out these days a lot. If you've seen these kind of things before.
So here's the thing about war films. Okay, there's been war for centuries, for forever. So when you say war film and you're not specific,
Yeah.
for me, I'm going to say Braveheart.
I'm going to say Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Of course you are.
No, but I mean, I don't like war films very much. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've seen some good ones, but man.
Bridge over the River Kwai, maybe.
Bridge over the River Kwai, but I mean, there's not a lot of war in the.
No. I don't.
No.
I mean, war films. There aren't a lot of. I'm not a Apocalypse Now or a Platoon guy.
Saving
they're
Private
okay.
Ryan.
They're okay. Yeah. Other than that,
Fury with Brett. I mean, that one's pretty good.
There's. I like a lot of like 40s. Movies when the war was actually going on. I can't think of. I was A Male War Bride with Cary Grant. I like that movie. Those are my kind of war movies.
Right. The Paths of Glory is a fantastic war film.
Yeah, I like that when I saw it when I was on my Kubrick kick.
Yeah.
As far as this question about the Frank Langella Dracula from '79, we're talking about Disco Dracula, right? Actually, it's put it this way. I saw it, didn't like it. I remember I didn't like the ending too, the way he died at the end. And I'm about ready for another viewing of it to see if my opinion's changed. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So I'll see that again. They did Creed 3 Creed movies.
No. So Creed 3 is coming out, I think, next month. I am really looking forward to it. I really like 1 and 2. The first 2 Creed films I thought were done very well, and I think this is going to be a good one. I've heard great things so far.
Is Stallone in?
No, Stallone's not in this one.
Is he in any of the other ones?
Yes, he's in the first 2.
What is he, the trainer?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
I would see it for that, but if Stallone's not in it, I have no interest.
Yeah, but you might like if you watch the first 2, you might be invested and you might like it enough to want to see the third one.
Yeah, that could happen. With the Rocky films, I mean, I like 1. I don't really remember 2. I loved 3 in the theaters. I went to see it when it came out, 3, and I thought it was the greatest thing when I saw 3.
3 and 4 are great movie going experiences, I think.
Yeah. Did you see 3 in the theater?
I did see 4. But I mean, if I was fortunate enough to see 3 in the theater, I would say that, I mean, I think those 2 are like great examples of a good time at a theater.
Yeah, it was a great talk, man. I went on a date that night. I mean, not just because of that, but it was just a memory. A lot of movies around 82-ish, I kind of had great time at times when I was 20 years old. But anyway, and I really liked it. And then 4 I saw, I didn't like. I don't remember thinking 4 personally was much. And then 5, of course,
5 was terrible. Yeah.
And then then I saw the one when he had a comeback with the computer thing or something.
Yeah, it was a video game, comparing, it was him against the current heavyweight champion, and the video game said that he would beat the current champion, so the current champion is now all butthurt about it. So obviously they fight, and I won't give away the Deer Hunter's fantastic.
I saw the movie. Now here's the Deer Hunter I need another view of too, because I love put this way, I love the Russian roulette scene.
Yeah.
Fantastic. A lot of tension and scariness and that. But I remember when I watched it one time, we rented it or something, and I was like, I wasn't knocked out again by it. But I really want another view. I'm not gonna commit to an opinion on that. Official opinion.
No, Edward. Okay, hold on. Just Edward.
Yeah, highlight him.
Okay.
I don't always know where you are. Do this one first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's in the sense of there's a threat. I mean, if you're just saying a war movie when there's actual war going on, I mean, probably not. But I mean, at the end of the film, there a bomb does go off, right? So I mean, I guess you can say it's technically a war film. All right, listen. I read. I know what he's talking about. I said, Stallone has come out and said that he had a script for Rocky 7, and then and the headline was "It'll never get made." So I don't know if he's gonna ever do another Rocky film. I don't think he should ever do another Rocky film, but I don't think it's gonna be made. But he did say that he's got a script for part 7. And I gotta get my charger for this thing. I'll be right back.
Be prepared on my chat, man.
Thank you, sir. Give me the right time next time. No, I was kidding.
I gave you the right time. This thing here, I haven't seen How I Won the War. Although I saw John's bits in it. John doesn't strike me as a great actor. I think Ringo's a better actor than John and all of them.
I think he's good in it. He's good in it. I think he's not the lead character, but he does his part well. I think he's funny. I like him in it.
And there were a lot of movies tonight that I keep
Ringo
saying.
and the Magic. No.
It's hard to just that delay. That's what the problem is. There are a lot of movies that I keep saying tonight. Oh, I have to give that a look. And the Magic Christian's one of them because it's been a long time. But I'm wondering if that's the way the character's kind of written. Like, is he doing that, putting that on deliberately that way, kind of comical, or is it? Because Ringo's a good actor when he watches them. Speaking of Ringo, I've made the decision. I mean, I want to give Blind Man another view. And that's on my list of 198 things to do. To watch.
That's it. Just 198.
There's more than that.
Yeah, I think Blind Man, Ringo. That might be Ringo's best performance. My team, Blind Man.
That'll be the day. I think is.
That'll be good.
Yeah, I still gotta see Blind Man, so I'll leave judgment till after I see it.
He's good in Blind Man, I think. But I still say there's one shot I know the shot, and I can't describe it. I talked about this before. Ringo's like standing there, and he's like overseeing, I guess, a torture scene or something. And he goes like this. They raise something on a guy who's lying down. And he goes like this, and they bring it down on him. And then I don't know if he does it more than once, but there's one shot where he goes like. Then he brings it down. He goes like that, like there's a slight laugh that was left in. It drives me nuts. This thing here. Throat say he's not good. You're gonna make a new autograph meeting actors video for the new movie channel, like new. I'm gonna do more things like that. I will. In fact, I've been thinking I'm gonna show all my autographs for one thing. So many things to do. Oh man, I'm retired. I don't work, and it's still not enough time. I mean, today was spent doing all kinds of things. I had my girlfriend has a business with for a friend of hers, and their business was hacked, and they got to go to the police station. I had to drive my girlfriend to the police station, and then there was something else she had to do. Then I had to drive her here, and today I did nothing. All day with that stuff. But anyway.
I do. I like George Carlin very much, but I mean, I like the later period stuff. Then I do. There's some great stuff like FM, AM, FM, Class Clown. There's a lot of great stuff from George Carlin, but his last 4 or 5 comedy specials I thought were terrific. Yeah, I think so. I think so. We'll still get it. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm doubtful.
I don't know. I'm 50-50. I think.
I'm doubtful, but hopefully, Yeah, I thought Ringo. It's a comedy, and I think Ringo did a good job. As a comedian,
Well, he didn't have any lines to remember.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I was going to say. He didn't have any lines. And if he messed up a line, you'd never know it. If he was supposed to say Zag-Zug and he said Zug-Zug, you'd never know. I mean, so
Right.
it's, it's not.
It's
Yeah.
not just about lines. I mean, I think Charlie Chaplin would tell you that. Not
Right.
silent. But anyway, I know what Tom's is already. I think
I was going to say probably coffee.
Yep, coffee.
I can't tell them apart. I used to watch those movies. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Foxy Brown or coffee.
I remember liking Foxy Brown better than coffee, actually, myself.
Yeah. And then you got those Amazon films that she was in, those Women in Cage films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all the ones I like her city-based films better. Coffee and Jackie, or not Jack, Foxy Brown and what's the other one? Something Friday. Friday Foster, is that it?
Friday Foster.
Right. Why? Sure, he can still make one. I mean, nobody wants to. I mean, he's got a movie coming out this year. People think it might be his last. But
I don't know about that. I'm a Woody Allen fan, but even I say, talk about like he used to do. He's made the same to me. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Sometimes he used the people, like in that movie I didn't like. I think it's called Say Anything.
Oh yeah.
It's like, it's the same thing.
It's the same character. I mean, this character in Bananas is the same character in Sleepers. It's the same character in in Annie Hall. It's the same character in, in a bunch of his movies. Well, honestly, again, as a huge De Niro fanatic, I don't think it's as good as Goodfellas or Casino, but I think it's pretty damn good.
I haven't seen The Irishman. I'd like to. I like Goodfellas, but I saw it 2 or 3 times. I'm kind of done with it for now. But Casino, I've never seen Casino, but lately I've been watching Joe Pesci's sequences with him with the banker.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I'm beginning to think I gotta see Casino.
Yeah. Casino's good.
Hello, Star Trekker.
Hello.
I was talking to Lee. Sorry. We're caught up. Hey, folks, for people just joining me, please, this Saturday night, if you want more of this, I'm going to be on with Darren Franz. We were just on and we were doing horror movies, science fiction movies, and shit like that. And we're going to be talking about that stuff. Again, like this, you can join in. You can ask questions. We'll answer them and we'll give your opinions. And that'll be Saturday night, coming up this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. All right? So, I like questions like this, of course. What's my favorite Lon Chaney Jr. Universal Mummy movie? I love it. Rick, don't go anywhere, please. Make sure you come back time and time again. My favorite Lon Chaney mummy movie is The Mummy's Ghost. And the reason I say that is because I think that's the one time where Chaney actually puts a little bit of pathos and emotion behind the character of Karis. Other time he's walking through it the other 2 times, I think.
Jeff above that one, he's talking about how but you have to understand those 2 were made in the 90s. Irishman was 2019. You can't include stuff like you did in 90. I disagree with that a little bit. I think people need to get past this woke shit. And yeah, people might not make movies like they did back in the 90s or 80s, but there's still plenty of violent scenes in The Irishman. I mean, the book is called They Paint House. I Heard You Paint Houses. Okay, you know what that means? That means blood splatting all over the walls. Okay, and there's a couple of scenes like that in the movie. I mean, look at the Joker. That just came out 3 years ago. And look at all the violence in that. There's some very bad violence in that. So I don't necessarily agree that you can't have that kind of, stuff in films these days.
And then for something completely different, now is Mermaids the film with Cher and Winona Ryder? If it is, I think they both look hot. That's all I saw it in the movie theater, but you know. Have you heard Joe Pesci's rap songs? Hello, Peter. No. I saw The Changeling once,
I
and
heard him do "Got to Get You Into My Life."
he's asking me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke we said before, right? Joke. You like the horror movie The Changeling? I saw it once because I like George C. Scott. Even though I like George C. Scott, I've never seen Patton. That's an example again. I don't care about that topic, even though it's a great movie. Supposedly, he won.
He won Best Actor for that.
You know, but The Changeling was. I think it was okay, but I need another view. Is what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry about that, Jack.
Jack's Fifi's get hurt.
Oh.
Jack, go get your pacifier.
Oh.
Speaking of like violent movies, again, before you were here, Tom, I was saying, that movie that I want to see, the premise of it is just so sick that I like it. The idea of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, right.
Blood and honey.
Blood and honey. Yeah.
And for those who don't know, it's the idea that Christopher Robin, who was his friend as a kid,
right,
has grown up now, and he's left him alone in the forest, and he's going to college and starting his life. And it turns out he's pissed off Winnie the Pooh, so he gets him and his friends to go on a killing spree.
Right.
And anyway, what I talked about was that I've been wanting to see it, and it's got only a week run in the theaters.
Right.
I'm surprised it's even in theaters, and only select theaters around here. Mm-hmm. Just so happens up here, that's an hour away from where I live. It's about 5 minutes from this place, and there's a showing at like 10:10.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get out of here about 9:30. In other words, I could easily just go. It's right by here,
right.
And I would love to see it, but my girlfriend can't watch that.
Yeah. Well, it has been announced for Blu-ray release.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though. I looked it up.
I can send you the link.
What is it? Amazon?
I don't know, but it's under a film distributor called Umbrella. And I'll send you a link. Yeah, I do like all that jazz. I think it's a little long, but I enjoy that. I enjoy it very much. I think Roy Schneider, I think does an excellent job.
Who?
Is it Roy?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you said.
Yeah, was it Roy Schneider, the guy from Jaws?
Yeah.
Without the end.
Yeah. Scheider, thanks.
Yeah. It's a hard one. It's one we all make mistakes with.
Yeah.
And correct me as well. I got this back from Tom. I want to know. I want to be fair because I don't want to seem like a jerk. I'm doing it because Tom busted my chops and I said something. Oh, Ace.
Was it
one of them?
Freely instead of Fraley? Yeah.
Ace Frehley, and he goes Fraley.
Fraley.
It's okay, Ace Frehley. And then I said Twickenham Studios. He goes Twickenham.
No, Twickenham.
So now, and also it's Glyn Johns. Glyn.
Right, not Glenn. Right, and it's Euro, not Gyro.
No, that depends where you're probably 1,000% right on that one. But the thing is, here I call it a gyro. He'd probably look at me here crazy if I said, yeah, I like a euro.
Too funny.
Let's go now. Well, I expect the documentary. Okay, bear with me, folks. I'm behind this. Something.
In Italy, it's called Vinnie the Pooh. That's funny.
Oh, the best horror film ever made? Marty says no. Could be the Rosemary's Baby, but for me. But there's so many categories. Like The Exorcist is one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Oh, absolutely.
I would say Rosemary's Baby for being more subtle about it. They don't really show you anything. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think, is a great, disturbing movie.
Intense.
First time I saw it.
I think I sweated like 5 pounds off after watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just, it's just like, oh my God, it's just like sweating your ass off.
I don't know about this.
I heard that he was on a Cheech and Chong song. Yeah, I did hear that. I haven't listened to it though.
Oh, you reminded me of something, Edward. When you said hunters, this
Yeah.
shows you where I'm at. I just because now, just like with vinyl, when I was buying vinyl, now I'm buying Blu-rays. And one of the things I bought was Snow White and the Huntsman.
Mm.
Charlize Theron is in it, and is it Theron or Theron? I
Yeah,
thought
their own.
one time she said that she said it's not Theron. I used to say that.
Hunters is really good. That's on Amazon Prime, and that's with Pacino in there, and obviously they're Nazi hunters, and it's good. It's good.
Rick, I love your questions. I am a big fan, a fanatic over Dracula's Daughter. I love that movie. I like it better than Dracula. I think Gloria Holden looks like she could be Lugosi's daughter, and I think it's a film about a woman who's like cursed and doesn't want to live that way. It's a lot. And Son of Dracula, I like Son of Dracula as well. And before anybody asks, there's a big thing about monster kids. Is he play? Why does he look nothing like Dracula? Why does he talk nothing like that? He's the son of Dracula. And the question is always, is he really Dracula or the son? He's the son, I think. It's opinions that go around. These Death Wish, I really want to get these movies the right way. Like, you have Death Wish, any of you, either of you have Death Wish 2 the right way?
No, I only have the first one.
It's so tame to me these days, the first one, when I watch it. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but I watched it. I hadn't seen it for a long time. And it was like, he finally decides he's going to take the law into his own hand. One day he goes out. If I remember correct me if I'm wrong, it's like somebody did something. He goes in the park and like, picks out a pistol. Oh, a pistol? Really? Come on. That's not really much these days when you watch it. I like that. So Death Wish 5, the one everybody hates when he's puts arsenic on the guy's cannolis and things. Stuff like, he finds different ways to kill him. Stuff like that. Basketball Jones.
Basketball Jones.
I never saw being there, And if I missed the question, let me know, will you? Because I don't mind that. I just like to highlight them when I can.
I heard Bruce Willis is not doing well.
Oh, that's terrible. I heard that too. Oh, God. Yeah, it's terrible.
I should know this, off the top of my head, but I mean, I don't know, like Birth of a Nation, one of those.
Yeah.
I have a DVD that has a bunch of shorts from like the 1900s and the 19-teens. The one short where you see the rocket going into the moon's eye.
Trip to the moon.
Yeah, Trip to the Moon. I have a bunch of, there's a bunch of little shorts on this DVD set. And like I said, it's from the 19-teens and earlier. And I don't remember the name of it.
Actual features, for me, it's probably, features that I've seen all the way through, like a longer feature. For me, I probably would. Oh, it's U.S. Tom. I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
No, oh yeah, you can't answer that. Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes I really. Calvin and Dr. Barry.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the Phantom Carriage. That's 1921. I know I do have a couple films from the teens. I just can't remember what they are at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of compilations that have like these early things that they.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I've got a Laserdisc box set that I think has 6 or 7 films from 1910 onwards that are features.
Yeah.
1910, I can't remember what it's. I think it's a religious movie. It's probably the earliest one I've seen. But there's a movie from about 1915 called The Cheat, which I love. It's a fantastic film, and so that's my favorite early silent is The Cheat from 1915. I think it's 15.
I think I've seen Burn Offerings and thought it wasn't so great, if I remember it correctly. I never saw Being There. What do you want from me?
All right, it's called Saved from the Flames.
think I rented that once.
Yeah, and it's got 54 rare and restored films from 1896 to 1944.
I'd like to know if these two guys have a favorite Hammer film.
You know, I haven't seen enough Hammer films to answer that.
I have quite a number of Hammer films that I like a lot, but if I was going to pick one, it's actually Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. Peter Cushing one is really good.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I also like the Vampire Lovers.
Oh baby,
that's one of my favorites.
Sorry if I'm missing a question. See, I'm trying to. Oh, very good, very good. Well, I know my favorite double feature was Westworld and Soylent Green.
There you go. That's right up your alley.
Yeah. In recent years, I enjoyed seeing a theater show Kill Bill 1 and 2 together.
I think the only time I ever saw a double feature was I think it was the Flintstones and Jurassic Park.
Another one that comes to mind, War of the Gargantuas, which is going to be on Svengoolie. Oh shit! Is it Saturday? Oh no, no.
What?
Sorry, George. I gotta watch War of the Gargantuas on Svengoolie this Saturday. Anyway, War of the Gargantuas and Godzilla's Revenge. Godzilla's Revenge is one of the worst, maybe the worst Godzilla movie. But the thing is, to see those giant monsters. The only time I saw the Japanese Toho monsters on a big wide screen when they were when they were out.
Yeah.
So, only time, and it's a different ball game.
Oh yeah.
The only one I can remember seeing it, and it was at a drive-in, was Ben and Willard.
Oh yeah. I love Willard.
It's a double feature.
I don't like Ben very much, but I love Willard.
Edward, I was at the Fest for Beatles fan in New Jersey. That's right outside the hotel. And that's just looking over to was that Manhattan right over there then?
Oh, what's going on in here? Yes, indeed, folks.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
This is going well tonight. I spoke too soon, but I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to let out a nice belch. Shut the mic off.
You know, I was watching Romeo and Juliet, the Zeffirelli version from '68, and so looking at the transfer. One thing I can't stand about these transfers, if it's a high def or transfer onto a Blu-ray or whatever, is there's certain colors that look like they're either sharpied in or they're like painted in. They just don't look natural. Like red, for some reason, looks like it's just not natural. It just looks like it's either, like I said, painted in there, and it's frustrating. I don't like it.
Huh.
Grindhouse.
Hundreds.
Well, name them then, Tim.
The monster of Camp Sunshine popped into my head. I love this stupid movie for some reason. But there's so many.
Joe, your vocals are a little screwy. You gotta plug her in, buddy.
Oh, okay,
there you go. Yeah, there you
go. I'll pick Dracula versus Frankenstein for that. But it's kind of like disgusting grindhouse movie, or no?
Let me see here. I mean, I guess that's one genre I really haven't ventured into.
Okay, John. Yeah, or Romeo and Juliet, man. I couldn't watch that. Like even like Charlton Heston's in he directed Julius Caesar and he stars in it. I can't watch that.
Mhm.
I guess I could. Who knows? I guess I could force myself.
There's that one film called Maniac I do want to see.
Oh yeah. Well, you like that kind of stuff because it's a good one. It's a
I
good one.
mean, I haven't really ventured into the slasher films that much.
Well, put it this way: you saw Maniac Cop, and
Yeah,
Maniac is a ton better than that.
yeah. Um,
Oh, I've went to a drive-in many times in my life. How about you two?
First film, Star Wars in the Drive-In, 1979 for the re-release.
Oh yeah, I used to go to the drive-in all the time. I just don't remember many. I don't remember double features. I can remember
Yeah.
movies that I saw, but I can't remember what movie played with what. I
When
remember
I was,
seeing Sharky's Machine at a drive-in, and maybe it played with Arthur, but I can't remember. I can't be sure of that.
yeah. Well, when I was a kid, my parents used to go see drive-ins, and my sister and I were in the back seat. They'd bring blankets. The kids would just go, only like 6 years old or whatever, 5 years, whatever we were. And I know I saw movies that I wasn't able to identify then, but I know what they are now. One of them was the Green Slime when I was like 6. Another one was Astro Zombies. I saw those two on the big screen. Another one was the Mini Skirt Mob. Now, I don't think my parents went to see these movies by themselves. They probably would double the lower bill of a double feature, a horror movie playing with something. And then later on, I saw Jaws 2 on a drive-in. And there's other movies, but the last one I remember seeing was actually Bride of Chucky, the last drive-in movie I remember going to. And it was so dark. They just had the bulb or whatever. It was so dark, I couldn't even see it.
Right.
And I only remember one line from it, the kind of thing I hate in horror movies. When I think they're having sex, the two dolls, the girl and Chucky, and says, "Hey," she goes, "Have you got a rubber?" And she says, "Hey, babe." He says, "Babe, I'm all rubber." It's like it's
That's
fun.
funny.
Yeah, I get it, but it's like it's a horror movie,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Jeff, I do think Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet is good. I think it's one of the better, Shakespeare film adaptations out there. That and check out Polanski's Macbeth. If anybody hasn't seen any Shakespeare films, I would recommend, the Romeo and Juliet. It's not, there's not these long, extended speeches from people. There's some good fight scenes in it. It's a love story, whatever. But there's a lot for everybody. And Macbeth by Polanski, I think, is excellent as well.
do they speak like that? They
Oh
speak
yeah,
that?
oh yeah, absolutely.
What kind of shit?
Oh yeah.
I can't see that.
I like Orson Welles' Shakespeare film.
Well,
What
yeah,
most people don't.
Othello and Macbeth and Chimes at Midnight, I think are all of them are good. Yeah, all of them are good.
Yeah. And I might be alone here, but I also like Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
It's not my favorite by him. I'm actually a Baz Luhrmann fan, and that's not my favorite by a long shot, but it's still good.
Rick is now my favorite viewer.
Yeah.
Because I thought, if you're serious, I thought I was the only person in the world that likes Creature Walks Among Us the best. I mean, you got the creature first. You got all your underwater scenes, and you got him as a fish monster, fish man attacking the boat. Then later, you got him turning into the Hulk when he take his gills off and put like some pants and a shirt on him, try to make a land creature out of him. He's like a Frankensteinian robotic automaton monster. I love it. It's the stuff I grew up with, stuff I live for. Oh my God.
What's the one? Was it Fiend Without a Face?
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
That's worth it for the end. I mean, so the brains attack the house.
Right. You got to wait till the end. Was it like it's probably only 70 minutes long, anyways. So.
Yeah, it's long. It feels long.
Yeah.
No, there's other things.
I'm not sure I've even seen all the creature movies because I bought that DVD set when it came out, and like so many other people, some of mine didn't play. Some of those didn't. Bad discs.
Really?
So
Well, it probably was on
DVD.
the ones that were, was that the one with the greenish covers? Like they had that greenish legacy covers, kind of.
Yeah, those. The ones
Yeah, those were those
where
DVD
some of them were
nines.
just bad discs.
That's yeah. That the DVD nine. No, DVD nine was the good one. I forget what they were. Jesus, the good one I think is DVD nine. Whatever it was, they used the one that's didn't work. Universal did that with a lot of time. Speaking of Universal, with
Yeah.
the Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes shows, I did go through all of those ones. I have them, and I actually remember my favorite one being, oh geez, the Scarlet. What is it? Geez, oh, man, you get older, man. Scarlet Claw. The Scarlet Claw. That was my favorite one. What about you, Wally? If you know him. Yes, Clint Eastwood's first movie. I think it was his first movie. And no, it's in Revenge of the Creature. The second movie, not Walks Among Us. He's in the Revenge of the Creature. Well, you got a lot of those something weird videos.
I don't know.
I'm
I'm not good at talking about stuff like this. I mean, I'm okay on a panel, but get there, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, well,
I collected something weird when they were around. I mean, it's my favorite movie label. I love that stuff.
no, I find that with most movies, I do better if I have it written out and read from my own script. Because I did that. I was on. I still have a lot of reviews. I never say who I am or anything. But someday some people will figure it out. I was on IMDb for a long time, and I got at least probably at least 1,000 reviews on there, probably more. And I'm amazed that when I'm writing, where these adjectives come from, and great ways of like now I can't think of the words, but when I'm writing, they just come out of my fingers. When I'm talking, it's hard. So I'm gonna take some of them and probably read them, but the people are gonna figure it out. Where are we at? What did I miss? They all blur together. Just bought complete DVD. Bruce. Which ones did you buy? They did those in Blu-ray. I don't have them in Blu-ray. They did them over in Blu-ray, which I'm thinking of getting.
Yeah, Two Lane Blacktop's fine. It's a good car movie, good road film. Dennis Wilson, James Taylor, they're fine in it. They're not, blow the world. They're not great actors or anything, but it's a fine film. I take what Public Enemy. I'll take Public
Yeah, I take Public Enemy by far.
Yeah.
I mean, White Heat. The thing with me is Public Enemy. Cagney's young and really
Right.
a real
Yeah.
mobster type of guy, And he puts the thing in the girl. What is it?
Yeah.
Right through the face. And then in the other one, he's kind of older. I don't know. Nothing that matters. Public White
Now, right now, if you would have said Angels with Dirty Faces into that mix, I probably would have taken Angels with Dirty Faces.
Oh yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. I got at least half an hour, fellas.
Come on, let's go, fellas. Type
Come
some
on,
shit.
let's go. How am I going to do this? I'm going to miss War of the Gargantuas on Svengoolie because I'm doing 2 live streams. Oh, no. I have to change something.
Oh, boy.
Mae Clark is really your favorite actress? My
You got to be kidding me. Come on, man.
What does she do besides Frankenstein and Public Enemy? She did a lot, I'm sure, but what is she known for? She ain't no Meryl Streep.
There's that horror film that she did right before she got big.
Meryl Streep?
Yeah, I think it was right after The Deer Hunter.
Oh, Oh, I can't think of any. There's one with Roy Shire. Is that that's not really
Yeah, I
horror?
think that might be. I probably not a horror film, more suspenseful or anything,
The
something like that.
still of the night
Maybe I'm looking it up right now.
in the still.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen all her movies either. I have the same problem with her.
Hmm.
You know, certain movies I just don't. I can't imagine myself. I don't want to see. What's that one with all the women in there? It's like they're all like kind of like aristocrats and stuff. I think what the heck the movie is.
Oh, what the hell?
House something. House of something.
Always something here.
Yes, I am familiar with Paul Naschy werewolf movies. Yes, I am. And I like the one that's known as Frankenstein's Bloody Terror the best. I haven't rewatched Yesterday in a long time, but I saw it like 3 times in the theaters. Not because it was great, but my girlfriend liked it. We wound up, there's a couple of days where we were like, yeah, let's go see Yesterday again. Nothing else to do. But I thought it was a fun movie, but
Yeah, Still the Night. Yeah.
I wonder if that's the closest thing she did to a horror film.
Yeah, because I was watching a film, a Kino Lorber film, and it had that trailer is one of the special features, and then watched it. Looked okay.
It's a thriller, right? I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen clips of it. I guess when I got to watch it.
I
Yeah,
still
Katharine
haven't
Hepburn
seen
is.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Katharine Hepburn is pretty good.
Yeah, I have a hard time
Yeah.
looking at her, but
Yes.
it's hard on my eyes. But yeah, I can. Well, the early ones I can. Like Adam's Rib, I like that. Some of the early ones with Spencer Tracy. Yeah, I know. I just said that. Anthony's here. Change your damn name. It's very easy to change the name.
Anthony.
People know it's Anthony immediately. I want to see more. I've never seen more of the Gargantua's on Sunguli. Usually he shows the same shit over and over. And you know, I don't know. Well, it's not. It's not. I'm not gonna have the George special. Might not. I might not make it. George special might be canceled. Sorry, George. Oh man, I might. Well, Jessica Lange, yeah. Well, she turned into a really good actress. You know, she started in King Kong.
She's pretty.
Oh yeah, I love her in Tootsie.
Oh yeah. So did Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, for sure. That's a movie you couldn't make any again these days.
I don't know about that.
Somebody was asking before. Oh, Rick, are you serious about these? Because you're really amazing. Which is my favorite of the 6 Universal Inner Sanctum mysteries with Lon Chaney Jr. They're all very similar. I can tell you the one that's the worst. The worst to me is the Frozen Ghost. As far as the best one, wow, I had one once, and I was Strange Confession is pretty good, and so is Strange Confession or Weird Woman. So it's either War of the Gargantuas or George. I know what I'll do. I know exactly what I'll do.
Do it.
We'll pre-record it. It won't be live.
There you go, Joe. There you go.
There's I gotta tell the people faster. Do it on Friday. There you go. And you guys can all know all the people that want to see it can come live and watch the comments. I'll be watching this movie. I could monitor it maybe while I'm watching the Zanguli. Come on, folks, keep it going. No, she's not related to. I mean, DNA was not related to me.
Oh, it's only a matter of time before that came up.
Oh, I've heard that before too. That's
Yeah.
There's Archie Mayo too. He's a director. I forget what Archie Mayo. Yeah, the Devil's Messenger. I've seen the Devil's. I have the Devil's Messenger on I don't watch it. It's amazing.
Tim, have you seen Satan's Bed?
You have it, don't you?
Yes, I've seen Satan's Bed.
Yeah.
And God Almighty. Well, that's it, folks. There you have it. He's seen.
There you go.
Satan's Bed isn't great. Yeah, Satan's Bed isn't great, but it's worth seeing. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
You know, it's they don't show anything, but it's just nasty. You know, it's nasty. Poor little Yoko.
Did you ever see the you ever see the Flesh trilogy?
No.
There's one that has that's the early slasher. That's where it began. I think sometimes it's Finley.
Mm.
Finley also is he the same guy who did the Flesh trilogy? You saying he did Satan's Bed too, or what's the deal?
I don't know.
Tim's looking for something weird video.
Yeah. He's found it. There it is. Satan's Bed.
There it is.
Yeah.
Does the title mean anything to the film? Do you remember?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, it's a movie about this gang. There's a woman and two guys, and they victimize Yoko, who's just gotten off a flight from Japan, doesn't speak a word of English, so she doesn't speak in the film. And they basically first somebody else robs her, I think, and then these hoodlums come upon her, and they're just all, but the hoodlums get other people too, not just Yoko.
All right.
You know, and they rape, and you know, the woman rapes just as much as the two guys rape, and you know, it's one of those.
Now, is this true or not? This is the first time hearing
it. As they used to call them.
Is this true?
No.
Andy, what are you talking about? I haven't heard it. Unless you're groundbreaking news, I never heard it.
Yeah, and if you know, how come you just brought this up? You should have told Joe about that before this time.
But what I would like, I always said I would like to, as much as I don't like reboots much or remakes too much, but I'd like them to do a direct sequel to Jaws, 50 years later or whatever it's supposed to be, and have Matt Hooper, a good performance by Richard, a committed performance, a good story somehow with him, and I don't know who else they get. They have somebody who's Quint's son or something. Do a story. I would like that.
Hey, he's 75 years old. Why not? He hasn't been working that much, has he? Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah. Is Laureen Gary still alive?
I don't know.
80, yeah, she's 85.
Well,
I just after Jaws 4, I just picture her moving to like a desert. As this old woman and the shark shows up in a swimming pool in the desert,
And I'll stand by this, like I told Darren Friends.
Took him 50 years to get there, but
yeah.
And let me make my point. In her own mind, her own sick, depressed mind, I don't believe it. But you could watch it that way, and you could actually rationalize that. I believe, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been their intent, that it was following her. I'm not because it says this time it's personal. It's that haunted thing. But it can be enjoyed if you think she's just so shark crazy after all she's experienced, and she begins to think every shark's after her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. No, I do not.
I don't.
I do off of YouTube sometimes, like the Turkish Star Wars and stuff.
I have no
I'll
idea
put
how to
those
do
on
that.
DVD.
I have a friend that does it for me. Well, I don't even ask half the time. That's how he just came in the store and what did he just give me? He gave me Wrong Turn 1 and 2. I don't know where he got them from. And he gave me Megan, and I said the same thing. He gave me Megan, which I haven't watched yet, and he gave me two guys. I don't know what it's called. It's a horror film. Some guys meet somebody or something, and then Terrifier 1 and 2, and Smile. He made me, and I'm trying to get him to make me Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
I'm fascinated by that concept.
oh.
Oh man, that's my. Oh come on! No, we're not answering this.
Yeah,
Shit.
come on.
Come on, man. Save that for the Beatles.
Yeah.
What else to say? Lee, why are you asking so many Beatles things, man? Come on. You don't talk this much about the Beatles when I'm doing Beatles stuff over at the other channel.
Ron Jeremy's not making any films these days. Star Tracker. I know you're just making a joke, but
Yeah, I don't think anybody'd want to see that. I don't think people wanted to see it back in the day, let alone
yeah.
now.
Right.
What's that?
Ron Jeremy.
Oh, back in the day, I watched them, not for him.
Well, he worked with some great actresses, that's for sure.
Damn right. Is this video staying up? That's the idea. That's the idea on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody going to watch it? That's the question.
Jaws 2 is actually decent.
Damon and I talked about that. I think it's decent, but I don't think it's anywhere near the original.
See, that's the case where I don't know how you guys would feel about this. Okay, here's a great movie, right? Jaws.
Yeah.
Makes a ton of movie. I mean, I'm sorry, makes a ton of money. it does great box office. It ends, perfectly, right? And here's the case where is this studio greed where you got to say, okay, we need part 2, right?
Yeah. But that's
just,
nothing new. It was going on.
Well, no, I know that, but but it's just like here's a film that you don't need. This did not need to continue. In my opinion, I don't think there needed to be any sequels to this film.
Well, does anything need to? Well, something.
Planet of the Apes, yeah.
Well, no. A lot of. I believe I like.
Yeah.
But a lot of diehards said leave the first one and that's it.
Right.
And the perfect ending and all this. But it's a good question you raised. But it depends on the series. Like after the original Godfather, you can obviously tell they could use it part 2 to the Godfather. But they do that with everything. And the thing is, Jaws can still stand as its own film, right? Like even if you never saw the sequels or you can pretend they never existed, Jaws is still a story on its own. It's not affected by the sequels. But Jaws 2, I like the idea that they went back to Amity Island. I like the idea they have the Murray Hamilton as the mayor, and they have Roy Scheider as the chief and all that, and his wife. The only thing I don't like about that movie is that the story is a slasher film. Just throw a bunch of teenagers in the water, let them get eaten up, and that's it. And I wish they could do a little more with it, but it's a limited premise.
Yeah.
Jaws. What can you do? You're on the boat with the fish again. What else can it be? Sorry, folks, about the thumb. Oh no, well, there's a lot. There's more films that are better. Some people think. Well, some people think Terminator 2 is better than the first one. Or just
Yeah. Second Star Wars film, Empire.
yeah.
Yeah.
And some people think Bride of Frankenstein is better than Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, it happens, you know.
It does happen. It does happen.
Oh, you.
So
But not many.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I think the only thing I think of the answer to this is I think the way Spielberg shot it was shot well, so that you didn't concentrate too much on the shark as much. Maybe that's
Yeah.
my suggestion.
Oh, that was the budget, right, Joe? Like the Planet of the Apes films.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the bullets. They were running out of bullets.
That's why they stopped making a TV show. Because and that guy was serious about that.
Oh, I know.
He was serious.
It's too bad he had internet issues.
Yeah.
What was his name? George, was it?
George.
Yeah.
George Sessford.
Yeah. Good guy.
Nice guy. Just was a weird theory. For anybody who doesn't know, because there was the Planet of the Apes TV series, the ratings were so low that he took it off after 14 episodes. So he said, "You know the reason why they stopped the TV show, don't you?" And I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "Because it didn't do well." He goes, "No, because the apes ran out of bullets." And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, they had bullets, then like he thought like the bullets were like left over from the 20th century or something like that. Like it was 20th century bullets, and then in the future they finally used them all up." And the thing about that is the apes had their own bullets. They made their own bullets. So it wasn't from the 20th. They weren't left over from the 20th century. That's a classic. I wish I had that recorded.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
That would be like the first time they recorded Gary Dell'Abate on the Howard Stern show talking about his collection of cartoon cells. And then he goes, the best thing is to have a Quick Draw McGraw and a Baba Booey. Those are the best ones. He's like, what? What'd you say? What'd you say? Quick Draw and Baba Booey. Wait, what'd you say? Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
And then he started as Baba Louie with an L. It's like twicking him.
Come on, people, right away. Let's go. Right.
Yeah, we gotta. I can go anytime now, because I got to get ready and everything anyway. Like 9:15 is when we're kind of ready to leave, and then I got to pull the stuff away first. But this is interesting. Well, let me start. For one thing, I'm still watching Laverne and Shirley. That's a TV show I'm into now. And as far as films go, I got all kinds of things lined up. Are you guys?
I got the last season of Better Call Saul, so we need to watch that. What did we just get done watching? Oh, we watched The Hunters. That was on Amazon Prime. That was good. And yeah, Better Call Saul last season is our next venture.
I'm watching a John Ford film, but I don't know what it's called. I got a double feature, and I just watched the first feature, but I don't remember what the second feature is called. It's a film noir, I think, which John Ford didn't do very many film noirs. But John Ford film noir, whatever it's called.
John Ford film noir. Very good. Very good, Jim.
A lot of people seem to like Breaking Bad.
Got the whole series right over there. It's great.
I went to the movies to see Piranha 3D, and I don't remember a thing about it except it probably sucked. Yeah, I went to see it. I saw it. I don't remember it. Though that's one that I did a review. Like all I got to do is look up my old notes online. And, I could do. That's another thing. I could do movie reviews just by reading my notes. I mean, I put them up there and I kind of look at the camera and occasionally glance down, but I could do that.
You got any conventions coming up soon?
Yeah. Oh, there's more people added to that. There's going to be the Chiller Convention April 29th that Woodland Goblin said he was going to be going to.
Okay.
So I meet Woodland there on April 29th. Now, well, first of all, they got Mike Love,
Yeah.
and they got Carney Wilson, and they got Melanie. Those as far as music people. But then they got I can't say this name right either. Michael Bien, or whatever his name is from Terminator.
Oh,
He,
Bean. Yeah, Bean.
yeah, he's in there. I get him, and they got Jamie Meadow from The Sopranos.
Mm,
That real cutie patootie
yeah.
is there, and AJ. As long as I'm there, I'll get AJ, and also Adriana.
Ah.
So I got three Sopranos stars, and Tim Matheson, who I'm from Otter. I like to think of him as from Animal House. So there's people I'm interested in. There's a lot of other people too. Yeah, but we have like tons of people. These things, not just like 3 or 4. There's probably like 40, 50 people, but those are the ones that stand out to me. How about Little Ricky? The guy who played Little Ricky from Hello Lucy.
Little Ricky. That's great.
Easy Rider. Well, that's not the movie I'm thinking of. What's the movie? The famous scene I only just saw for the first time with Nicholson in the diner. How he
Oh,
wants
five easy pieces.
5 easy pieces. I just
Great
saw the
scene.
diner scene for the first time in my life.
Great. Well, that move, Five Easy Pieces is fantastic.
Yeah,
That really
5 pieces is great.
yeah, that put him. I know Easy Rider kind of put him on the map, but that kind of established him as a great actor.
Yes, I remember
And you
hearing
get
it.
to see Archie's little Goyle.
Little Goyle. Hey, they've been having all the families on, and they've been trimmed. I know them very well, and they've been trimmed, but not for content. The content is still, racy or whatever, on PC or whatever you want to say. But they're cutting some of them for little things that don't really matter for time, for commercials and things. But they're doing a good job with it. Let's put it that way.
I haven't seen Nuns on the Run. That was a Handmaid's film, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
saw it. It wasn't great. It was okay. You weren't gonna laugh yourself to death or anything.
Oh yeah, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, you know what? I saw it once at the theater. Then I saw it when it came on DVD, and it's been it's been over maybe 15 years
Yeah,
since I've seen it.
I saw it twice. I don't remember the end.
Yeah. I need to see it again. But that period of Woody Allen was pretty good. I like the films that he did with Scarlett Johansson. That and Vicky Barcelona.
I only remember that one Scoop.
Yeah, Scoop wasn't bad. It was that. It was Scoop. It was Match Point, and then Vicky Barcelona or whatever. I forgot the.
It probably had a thing
I
for.
saw that in the theater.
Yeah. Oh, I think
know,
everybody had a. Yeah.
do you have a copy of the film? Everyone Says I Love You.
No, but it's in a box set. There's a Woody Allen box set, but it's kind of like in a flap where the films are in flaps. You got to fold it over and then take them out. It's not like individual cases, but it's in that. But I did have it, and it's not one of my favorites. I'm really not a big fan of Everyone Says I Love You.
I remember liking the dance stuff at the end. Dance scene. There's a dance scene with him and Goldie Hawn, I think, at the end that I liked. Kind of corny. Damn.
Tim, I guess you got to see Nuns on the Run again, Tim.
Yeah, nah, I don't think I do.
Yeah, Jeff, I agree. Shampoo, I think, is really good. I forgot who said. Jeff said Last Detail too for Jack film. I think that's good, but I don't think it's like great Jack. I don't think it's up there with Five Easy Pieces and Carnal Knowledge. I think those two are top tier.
Cuckoo's Nest. That's his masterpiece, as far as I'm concerned.
What's that?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh yeah, that and Chinatown. Five.
I didn't see 5 Easy Pieces. I should. Yeah, I think American Graffiti is all that. Absolutely, I think so. As far as this question about the big country, yeah,
Yeah.
I like Keston in the big country. It's more of a side role, but I think he's very good. I think Gregory Peck is great.
Yeah. That
I think,
fight scene was good.
yeah, it's a great scene, beating each other up all night long.
It's a big country. It's just,
Mhm.
it got a little silly there with that point, because
And I also like Burl Ives in there is good, and
yeah,
Chuck Connors is good.
Chuck
Sorry,
is,
right.
Chuck has been in a lot of stuff. I mean, you really don't realize until you look at his filmography how much Chuck Connors
Yeah,
did.
that's the thing. That's why I like him so much. Well, he plays a lot of like larger than life characters, and he does a lot. There's a lot of movies,
Mm.
and I'm trying to get them all like the best way I can on Blu-ray. And they're not all available, really. I know a movie. There's what's a western. The title these days to say the title sounds bad.
Mm.
It's called The Last Hard Men. It's a western with James
Mm.
Coburn in it.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
yeah.
But yeah, all these movies. I mean, I've got so many I gotta catch up. I want to get Secret of the Incas too. I never saw that. But
Yeah. As good as it gets is good, but he's good in it. I mean, there's times where an actor can be really good in the movie, but the movie's is not that great. In my opinion, that's what as good as it gets is. It's a good film. I don't think it's great, but I think Jack is good in it. I've never been a big Helen Hunt fan. So
yeah,
I
she's in that.
I was in love with Helen Hunt for
She's
really,
in
a
that
while.
Woody
Yeah.
Allen movie.
Oh,
yeah,
War
yeah,
Game.
and
Helen Hunt and War Games was just
and Twister.
amazing to my little 18-year-old
Twister, that's
self,
right.
or however old I was.
Remember Twister? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
they quite
I
a
didn't see
bit.
Twister.
They were
I
trying to
was
like make the
over by
disaster
then.
films again. I think like they were.
Right. Yeah.
I have to go, folks. It's time to go actually because I'm going to leave this place and go
Okay.
head home. And this has been one of the more fun chats. I thought I had a good time with this one. Some
Yeah.
great questions, everybody. Some people I've never seen before, and I hope you'll come back because I said the next one of these I'm going to be doing here is going to be Saturday at 5 p.m. It's Eastern time. And again, it's going to be the return of Darren Franz, who just joined me on a Monster Kid memories. Monster Kids being anybody who grew up in the 60s and 70s with those monster memories. So check that out. And thanks, Tim. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for having us, Joe. This
Yes,
is another,
indeed.
Thanks, Joe.
like you said, another good time. Love talking films.
Always.
I'm really planning on having a movie channel set up come April.
April.
That's my goal. Is April.
What? Why April there, huh?
Why
Shit.
April then? Because I'm gonna go see my buddy Andy in New Jersey. He's gonna, help me out a little bit and
You don't need all that there, huh?
yeah.
Just pick a name and put the videos up. Worry about the bells and whistles later. In my opinion. But it's your channel.
Well, yeah, exactly. It'll be my channel and it'll be a lot of fun. I have a lot of ideas for it, but
Yeah.
again, it's just gonna be the time, finding the time to do it.
And the more I'm telling you, the more you have, like, and I got to try to balance everything too. That's the thing, So,
Yeah. Ali, I wish I had about 50 videos done already.
yeah. All right, everybody. So,
all right, take care.
Goodbye. Thank you,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Later.